So today in Learning 2-Point Perspective, we're going to create 3D forms by connecting the vertical lines now instead of the shapes to the vanishing points and add parallel lines to finish out the boxes. So class, we're just going to go through first and write down our steps, which are very, very similar to our 1-point perspective, but instead of having a shape here now, we have a line. So if we remember back, a 1-point perspective box, you're looking at the front panels or the front sides of the buildings or the front side of the shape. We're now shifting it to be the corner side of the box or the corner side of a shape. So let's just get started with writing these out really quick. So the first thing that we do with our perspective drawings is always to draw the horizon line, which is already done for you on your worksheet. And I'm going to underline that again because that's our vocabulary term. The second thing that we do is draw the vanishing points, and now that's plural because with 2-point perspective we have 2 vanishing points. Okay, so draw the vanishing points. Okay, and again I'm going to underline that. The next step is to draw the vertical line. So you'll notice in step 3 it's no longer draw the shape, it's draw the vertical line. And then step 4 now, it's pretty much the same in the sense of you're going to draw the receding lines. Which is also our vocabulary term. And you're going to draw the parallel lines. So that is the same, but they will look just a little bit slightly different as we do our 2-point, okay? So here we go. Let's start with the lines that happen on our horizon line. Okay, so if there's a line that happens on our horizon line, what's going to happen there is we are only going to be able to see 2 sides of the box. Okay, so we're looking at just the 2 sides. We're not seeing the top or bottom if it's coming directly out at us. So when we go to draw this, okay, I'm going to start with this one right here. You're taking lines, receding lines from the bottom and the top, and you're going to the left vanishing point, and you're taking receding lines from the bottom and top going to the right. So what's happening here is I'm lining up the bottom of my line. It doesn't really matter the order that you do this, but it just needs to happen. Okay, so I'm taking from the bottom back to the vanishing point. Now I'm going to save my eraser and not go all the way back to the vanishing point. You can if you want to. And then I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to do the top to the left. And then I'm going to take the bottom and go to the right. And I'm going to take the top and go to the right. Okay, so it looks like a really weird eye at this point. Or for those of you who brought it all the way out to the vanishing point, it looks like a really squished diamond. Okay. But now I got to cut the box off. Okay, and we cut the box off by using vertical lines, and they are vertical parallel lines, meaning that we just line up our ruler to that middle line and we drag it out to the left. Make sure that your line is straight up and down. Okay, cut it off. And I do the same thing on the other side. I line it up to the center, push it to the right, and I draw a vertical line. If I have extra receding line parts, I would just erase those out. Okay, so that's what we would see if it was on the horizon line. We would just see the 2 side panels of the box. Now class, what would be the only difference, do you suppose, with this box that's also on the horizon line? Is it going to be a vertical line or a what? It's going to be a slanted line on the sides instead to make it parallel. So we are going to just start again. We're back here at step 4 because we've already done step 3, which is draw the vertical line. It's happened for us. So drawing our receding lines, I'm connecting, and it doesn't matter the order, the bottom to the left, and I'm going to keep it short, and the top to the left. And then I like to go back to the bottom to the right. And the top to the right. And just like I mentioned before, to find the sides of the box, I need to line up my ruler with the corner line, or the original line, and slide it out at that same angle to cut it off. So this one is going to be slanted. I'm going to do the same thing on the right hand side. Drag it out, cut it off. Oh, I didn't go far enough. See? And then I can erase all of my extra receding lines. Okay, so that's if it's on the horizon line. Now let's go above the horizon line. And if I lift something above my head, what side of the box can I now see? The bottom, yep. So I can see the bottom. So that's what we need to look for when we are drawing these ones. We're looking for the two sides and the bottom of our box. So let's start by the same process. We're drawing the receding lines. It's the same way. You can start from the top or the bottom of the line and go to the left, top or the bottom of the line and go to the right. Okay, and it's gonna look real weird this time because it's kind of off to the side. Make sure you're lining up with your vanishing points. Everything is connected back to those. Okay, so that's what mine looks like. And now I need to close out the sides of the box, which again is just repeating what's happening on the corner line. So I'm going to line up my ruler and I'm going to slide it out. It's just a vertical line. So if you're feeling like your ruler is going at an angle, make sure it's going straight up and down. And then I'm going to slide it to the right, however far I want to go. Doesn't necessarily matter. And I've got the sides of my box now. Okay, I'm going to take a minute to erase my extra receding lines real quick. And now to find the bottom of the box, it's as simple as we need to take like the opposite side of the box to the opposite vanishing point. And what I mean by that is this is the bottom right hand corner of this box. So I need to take it to the left vanishing point and connect it. This is the bottom left part of the box, and I'm going to take that and crisscross it over to the right. So I'm just going to start on the left side here. So I'm taking the right bottom side of the box and I'm drawing back towards my left vanishing point. Then I'm going to take the bottom left side of the box and I'm going to crisscross it over and connect it to the right vanishing point. So that's how we find the bottom. Okay, show it one more time here. You're taking the right hand side, bottom of the box, and crisscrossing it over to the left. You're taking the left side and drawing it back to the right. Okay. All right, let's do our next top box over here. So it starts the same way, using those receding lines from the bottoms and the tops back to each vanishing point. So I'm going to start on the right hand side this time. Bottom to the right, top to the right, okay. Bottom to the left, top to the left. Again, if you keep them short, it's a little less erasing for you to do. Okay. Then we're going to cut off the box, so it's just vertical lines now. So lining up to the center, dragging it out. It should be straight up and down. You check your ruler, make sure it's straight up and down. And I'm going to slide it to the right. And just make sure your ruler's straight up and down. And I'm going to get rid of my extra receding lines. In class, how do we find the bottom? We got to do a rule of what? Opposites, right? Gotta go opposites of each other. So I'm taking the left bottom part of the box to the right. I'm taking the the bottom right to the left. So let's do that. There it is. Okay. Get rid of some of those extra lines. We've got 2 left. Okay, we just learned that if something's above us, we see the bottom. So if something is below us, we now see the top. Very good. So I'm going to start with this little baby one down here, because that one sometimes gets missed. So this teeny tiny line down here, we're connecting same way, bottom to the left, top to the left, bottom to the right, top to the right. These are our receding lines. Really, really check. Make sure you're going to your vanishing point. Okay. Next step is to cut off the box. So I'm gonna hold my ruler vertically. Okay. I'm gonna line it up to that corner line, drag it out, and draw one vertical line on that side. I'm gonna draw one vertical side or line on the right side. You don't let that line get diagonal. Make sure it's vertical, straight up and down. And it's the rule of opposites, so we're just gonna take the top right now and go to the left, top left and go to the right. So here we go. Basically crisscrossing our lines here. But you do need to do it in perspective, connecting to the vanishing points. Get rid of any extra receding lines. We only have one more box left. Okay. So this last box looks really skinny on one side, and part of that is because it's so close to this vanishing point over here. It has a little bit of what's called foreshortening happening, so it's gonna get like really small on that side. So let's get started. It starts the same way. Step 4 is draw the receding lines. So we're going from the bottom to the left, top to the left, bottom to the right, top to the right. This is where on the right hand side you guys will start to see it. It gets really small. You may even consider extending your lines just a little bit more than normal. And then we cut off the sides, which is just a vertical line. Slide it out to the left. Make sure your ruler is straight up and down, not at an angle. Slide it out to the right. This is the one that always feels really goofy for students. Okay? So if you go out a long way, it's gonna feel weird. But this is correct. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of my extra receding lines. And then, rule of opposites, so we're gonna take the top right to the left, top left to the right. So we just crisscross them over. And then this one goes back to the right. I'm going to get rid of any of my extra receding lines. In class, this is the completion of our 2-point perspective. I would like to make sure that you have your name on the worksheet. You are going to turn it in, and you should be earning all of your points as long as you have the back side and the front side completed.